Hello everyone and welcome to the Mario Kart 8 DLC Wave 4. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited. I love this game. Mario Kart 8 is a game that for a little while I kind of was hanging on to the memories of Mario Kart Wii and feeling like that's my favorite Mario Kart game. This doesn't come close to it. I don't really like this game like as much, and therefore it was hard for me to fall in love with this game. And then the DLC started rolling out, and I've jumped back in. This is the greatest Mario Kart game. It just feels so good to play. I'm excited to play more of these tracks, and I wanted to do a little video. This was originally going to be on the stream, but I'm a little eager, and I guess I've just not been feeling doing a whole lot of streams lately, and so I decided I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of the 8 tracks. Quite a few of which I've not played before. Specifically talking about the Mario Kart Tour tracks, and then the Yoshi Island track. Obviously, this is the first time that course is showing up at all. I have played every other Mario Kart game, so I've seen all these tracks. I've played all those other tracks. So, yeah, not gonna be super surprising. But I figured my main is usually Shy Guy. I love driving a Shy Guy, but Birdo's new. You know, let's race as Birdo. I love that Birdo is getting some love and is being brought back into this game. That's exciting. I'll stick with my usual lineup. Alright, so let's go over. I actually haven't done the, I have raced on these, but I haven't actually done, like, the actual, like, tournament cups, Grand Prix modes on these courses yet. So I'm about to do that for the first time with these. So, the courses, if you're not familiar, are Tour Amsterdam Drift, GBA Riverside Park, Wii, DK Summit, and then Yoshi's Island. That's our first cup. That's the Fruit Cup. Let's dive right in. I am playing on the easiest difficulty, 50cc. I don't get me wrong, I actually do like playing on 150cc usually, but I figured if I want to give my first impressions, I want to have the path of least resistance. I want to take in these courses as much as possible. So, out of the gate, looking at the Amsterdam Drift, I love how colorful the plants are, but if I'm being honest, this looks like every other tour track that we've gotten. I think that's like my biggest complaint about it. Oh, alright, go this way. I did pick up a coin. Oh, alright. Here's a little something new here. You got this windmill section. It's very nice. It's fun. Oh no! Someone got like 3 shells, I think. I like the little like chanting in the background for the music too. That's neat. Reminds me a bit of the the chanting reminds me a bit of like the gym battle music in the Scarlet Violet, where you're like the final stretch, the final Pokemon that got the face. This is cool. This is like a cool way to change it. I know there's some divisiveness about like the race changing every lap. I think I like it. I like that it changes it up each time. I think it like keeps you on your toes. I know that some people like just like me too. Don't get me wrong. Like I like turning off my brain and kind of like just doing the race and knowing that I'm going the same route every single time. But I don't know. There's something that's enjoyable about playing it this specific way. of having it change all the time. It also allows like the developers to have like add more things to the track if they want to keep things a little exciting. But that's just a personal opinion on that front. But hey, this is a first impression video, so that's what you're getting from me. Is a lot of personal opinions. Oh no, I meant to throw that backwards. All right, we're good. We're good. We're all good, and that's that. So, all right, that was okay. Do I want to do a scale for this? I give it a 3 out of 5. We'll go 5-point scale, 3 out of 5. All right, it's okay. I don't think nothing wowed me about that, but again, like it kept me on my toes. I like there's some things that I liked about it. Yeah, pretty good. All right, now we get to some familiarity here. GBA Riverside Park, a course that I've been looking forward to getting ported at some point, and I'm very excited that it's finally here, and it looks fantastic, actually. Oh my god, look at those guys. Look at them waddle around. Okay, so the first thing I was trying to tell is if they were going to keep the same music. Definitely sounds like they're doing a little bit something new with it, but it sounds familiar. Yeah, GBA courses generally have always been a little bit boring. Same with the SNES in that sense. And so, especially with the newer the games get, the more of a glow up these courses tend to get when they get remade. That's cool. That's cool at the very end that you get, get to the waterfall. Now what's interesting about the end of the Riverside Park course is that typically what happens in the GBA version is that, so everything's very flat with GBA. Like I said, very similar to SNES in terms of how they design those tracks. The end of that track is kind of where you have you kind of go around at the very end, and you have a jump that jumps over the track that you were just on, and it leads to the finish line. So this interpretation of that, I think, actually works pretty well. Like, I feel, I will say, like, it has been a kind of a mixed bag, Mario Kart 8, in terms of how they've remade the GBA courses. I say mixed bag. My only hang-up, I think, really is Cheeseland. I love Cheeseland from the original game, and I feel like they did a disservice by making it a desert course, because it's like, oh, we already have so many deserts. Like, why couldn't you have kept, like, the moon theme that was in the original course? Like, I feel like that's such a weird choice. But Ribbon Road is spectacular. I think that is, like, legitimately incredible. And so I'm a big fan of some of the blow-ups. Others I'm not, but I would give this one a 4 out of 5. I really loved what they did with this. I think it's a good interpretation. It maybe leans towards, like, maybe I would bump it down a number, because it does, again, it's another one that doesn't really do anything super incredible, but it is a remake of a classic course for me in the GBA, and I guess the sentimentality of that kind of makes it a 4 out of 5. And I do like the waterfall segment. I think that's a good way to kind of make it more interesting at the end. So there you go. Let's do next race. Next is from my favorite, or for my second favorite now, Mario Kart game, Mario Kart Wii. But of course I am not, like, in love with DK Summit. A lot of people love DK Summit, though. And don't get me wrong, it's a great course. It's just not one of my favorites. But granted, the Wii original courses is fucking stacked. Like, I love the Wii Nitro courses. They are so good, so original, so much fun. I like the confetti. Well, that's a little detail I enjoy. Oh, I do actually. You know what? I do remember loving the DK Summit song music. It's so good for this stage. My favorite thing about Mario Kart on the Wii was every once in a while, I think this specifically happened when you were playing as a Mii, but that every once in a while the system would change a bunch of stuff in the courses to have, like, the statues have Mii faces and stuff like that. I always thought that was a fun detail, but I don't think it's in this version of the game. Although, I don't know. It's worth experimenting with. I don't really use the Mii a whole lot. I don't think anyone really uses the Mii a whole lot. Yeah, so early impression, like, that's it. It's more DK Summit. One thing I do want to also make note of, because I didn't actually do so when we started, there is 5 other character slots that have question marks on them. And that makes me super excited, because I'm like, one of my biggest gripes with Mario Kart 8 is the roster. I just don't really love the roster top to bottom. I understand that that's a stupid criticism, because we all just have a main and just stick with it. But it's just nice to have variety on the racetrack. And when almost every single racer is a Koopaling, it's a little bit frustrating, if I'm being honest. But, that said, if they're repairing that a bit for this version now, and they're gonna add a bunch of characters, that just makes me so excited. Man, I cannot keep coins for days in this one. I mean, we have 0 competition, so we don't have to worry. So yeah, like, it makes me wonder, like, something tells me you'd have to include something like Diddy Kong, right? Like, Diddy Kong and Funky Kong, I feel like, just are kind of, I mean, Funky Kong maybe not as much of a given, but, like, considering that so many people loved Funky Kong in the original Wii version, you would think that he would be considered, and Diddy Kong, like I said. I don't know, like, I don't know who else you add necessarily, but I would love to see who you do, you know, and, like, just thinking back to past Mario Karts and, like, who has not been added. Like, yeah, we have to think about it. I don't even, I have, like, the Wii roster in my mind, like, maybe you, I don't know, I don't know what you do. It'd be interesting. Alright, here we go. By the way, DK Summit, I'd give it a 3 out of 5, just because, it's not, it is basically the same track, so it's not like they did anything better, but I still very much enjoyed it. So, alright, here we go. This looks awesome. I have a newfound love for Yoshi's Island, because I played it and beat it for the first time. I played it when I was a child, but, like, I beat it for the first time. Oh, they have the Yoshi Island starting thing. Alright, I'm just gonna take this in. Oh, Yoshi coins. Oh my god, they had, like, the guys that popped up. There's the storks. Oh, no, never mind, those are not storks. They had the coin collecting sound as well. Oh, and they have the ending little... Ah, it's so good! It's so good! So Yoshi Island I beat for the first time last year, and it is, I think, pretty easily my favorite 2D platformer that's not Kirby that Nintendo's ever made. It's just so delightful from start to finish. If you haven't played it, you should try. I think play on an SO if you're worried about difficulty, so that way you can do rewind stuff. But it's such a great game. It's such an experience that, like, is so unlike any other... I mean, any other game, really, but, like, especially of any of the Nintendo platformers. It's just so... It has such a great style to it. The boss fights are awesome. So different and varied throughout. It's just incredible. This is an incredibly... They did an incredible job with this course. And to me, like, I'm a newer fan, so there is probably a lot of references. Like, I see Poochie up there. I love they have the stilts for these guys. Like, I think that's just such a cool detail, too. Yeah, I'm sure there's details I am missing. And I'm excited to hear, like, more long-time Yoshi's Islands fans talk about their experience, because I am sure this is... I think they did a great job. Maybe there's stuff that's missing that maybe people wish they was more included here. But I don't know. I think it's... I think it looks pretty perfect. Oh, look! Wait, what? I wonder what happens if you hit that. I wonder if anything happens if you hit that. The floating question mark thing. Dude, what a fucking course! Wait, do I have time? Oh, I had my little... Oh, that's a fireplace. That's what that is. I was just like, what is that? So that's a reference to Super Mario World as well. And they have the victory music. I was hoping it would just be the beginning sounds. Oh man, this is 5 out of 5. Easy, easy, man. So good. That's awesome. Good on them. I think if there's any ding that I would give to it, it's that it is a bit short. Wait, I shouldn't say that. It is probably reasonable length, but there's something to it that I do think that maybe there could have been something a little bit more with, like, the environments potentially. But that is minute. Like, they did a phenomenal job besides that. Like, I was hoping, I mean, maybe the cave system, like the cave that you go through after you get out of the water, maybe that has more details to it than I'm giving it credit for. But I was hoping for that to, like, have, like, those guys that are, like, the ghost guys that are holding the lanterns, or, like, the little white, like, guys that nip at your heels that's annoying as hell. Like, those little the details, like, maybe would put it, like, completely over the top. But yeah, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Great job. All right. So there's that. Yeah, see, there's the 2 cups. I had played those courses, I just never did the trophies for them. Why is Link showing up as new? I've had Link for a while. Unless that's like... I don't know, I don't know why that would be the case. Maybe I just haven't played as him. I don't know why that would be the case. Alright, Let's do a different color for Birdo this time. Let's go white. Actually, let's do orange. I love that. Orange is the go-to. All right. Next up, Tour Bangkok Rush, DS Mario Circuit, GCN Waluigi Stadium and Tour Singapore Speedway. Okay. Gotta say out of the gate, this is definitely what, like, maybe the least excited I am for a cup thus far in this pack. Because I don't know, like, I'm looking at some of these other ones. Oops. Yeah, like, I look at this one and I'm like, I none of these courses to me spark excitement. However, there's two I haven't played before, so maybe I will have a appreciation for them and a love for them once I get out of it. And these are new interpretations on the other two courses that I've never been I never hated, but like I never like was in love with. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Good stuff. Yeah, so what have I given thus far? 2 3s, a 4, and a 5. I don't need to keep track of it. You all can keep track of it if you want. Like I'm not gonna stay on top of it probably. Can I just say, and maybe it's just because my mom watches the show all the time, the beginning of that soundtrack reminded me of Bewitched. I don't know if anyone that is older, I don't know if anyone that's younger than me would get that reference unless their parents watch the show too. Oh, I like this food court section. It's neat. Okay, straight up, out of the gate, this track is awesome. The soundtrack, the music is awesome for this particular course. Oh, I like this. It's like a downtown area of sorts. Ow. Ow. Ooh, a lot of cool statues and stuff. Oh, I like the parking sign. Oh, yes. I like those turns. Oh, look at this! I how colorful those tents are. Oh, shit! Oh, I've never had that happen to me before. Oh, well, that was cool. I like that. I give it a 4. Yeah, I throw a 4 in there for that. I like the aesthetic overall was excellent. The music was great. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed my time with that. And to me, I think it does. Maybe it's because of the theming, but I would just say that this is like the most distinct of one of the more distinct tracks to me of everything that we've seen thus far. And I think to that it just makes it cooler. makes it more interesting and exciting to kind of go through the tracks overall. Yeah, really cool track. Okay, interesting. So Mario Circuit, definitely not. It's definitely not among my favorite DS courses. I love Mario Kart DS, by the way. That's like probably right behind the Wii and Mario Kart 8 as like my favorite, among my favorite tracks. I'm not. I wasn't really ever a big fan of this, but the trees are different. I'll give them credit for the trees. Yeah, because before it used to just be like, oh, you go through a tunnel and it's the same aesthetic on the other side. So, like, at least it makes it feel like, oh, I'm going through the pipe and, oh, there's something new here. I don't think it's the most exciting change necessarily, but it's interesting enough, I guess. Can't say though, like, yeah. Yeah, I can't say I'm like super like in love with this though. Like to me, this is like, it's what like it's how I feel about like Toad Circuit 2, like being remade. I'm like, these are just such like generic courses for me to like I don't understand why we needed to remake these courses, like, because I feel like we already have quite a few of these kinds of tracks in the game already. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a little Sleepy Wiggler. Okay, maybe. Alright, that boosts the rating up. Unless they're gonna have Wiggler enter the track. Unless they do like a Peach Gardens thing and completely turn this fucking track on its head here. I doubt it. But who knows? Oh, look at that! Look at him! He's just hanging out. What a guy. Alright, I almost want to give it like a 2 out of 5. And I might, I'll make that my official rating. Like, it's just not exciting. It's boring. You know what I mean? And like, Wiggler's like the most exciting thing, and he just kind of like waddles in at the end. Although you see him sleeping at one point too. But like, he's like, I feel like they could have done something a little bit more exciting here, but it's boring. It was a boring track on the DS, and it's a boring track now. You know, it's not bad. That's why I'm not gonna give it like a 1, because it's not like a bad track to race on. It's just boring. Is what it is. Now, okay, so now, Waluigi Stadium, I have a little bit more love for compared to Mario Circuit, but I also wasn't the. This is a hot take. I'm not the biggest Double Dash fan. I like it. I like it enough. Like, it's not. It's every Mario Kart's a good Mario Kart. Like, every single game in the series is fantastic. I don't particularly love Mario Kart Double Dash. I just never was a big fan of the racing in it. Like, I felt it was a little bit on the clunky side. And I don't know if it was because of if it was like the double team or stuff. I would not be against the double dash like mechanic coming back, because I think they could refine it and make it really good. It's just that particular double dash, I wasn't in love with. I just wasn't in love with. But Waluigi Stadium is a classic. It's a classic from that game and bring it forward makes a lot of sense. I have some other. I would have liked to have seen like Warrior Coliseum be brought forward. I like Dino Valley a lot, although I know that was in the last game, 3DS game. That hasn't stopped Maple Treeway from showing up though, to be fair. Oh god, oh no, I'm getting my... oh, I'm getting everything. I'm getting just assaulted. But yeah, like this. I mean, I will say the dirt textures. They look like dirt. They look like real dirt. And I like the puddles in the ground. Like this, it really looks like a monster truck rally track. I mean, I think they did a really good job with that. Like, I think that's cool. But yeah, this just not particularly like my top favorite of the GameCube version. Daisy Cruiser also. Daisy Cruiser I think is my favorite of that game, and man, I would really hope that Daisy Cruiser gets in at the end of all these waves here. I just think it's I love racing on that cruise ship. Like I think that's just such a fun idea. But yeah, this looks good. It looks like you did a pretty good job with it overall. A lot of Waluigi love. You know, got pinball and stadium. I'm glad that they got pinball in there before putting this in, because if they put more Waluigi Stadium in, I would have thought pinball would not make it, and I would have been very, very sad, because I think pinball is up there for me of one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks. Which, by the way, at some point this month, I am going to do, probably very soon even, I'm going to do a Mario Kart track list. Which I am very, very excited to do. Alright, 3 out of 5. You know, I don't know. It's like it's good. It's a good track. I just don't think they did anything necessarily special with it to make it stand out here. So. Alright. Oh, I'm already into this. Give me a colorful, like, hoop I can jump through, and you have a fucking fan for life. Oh, look at the Goombas and their floaties! I like that. They got Ferris with the background, got Blib. Oh, look at this! Oh, I'm in love. I just love how colorful it all is. And it's different for me, too, that, like, this is, like, the first one that's, like, oh, I guess the New York one is at night, too. This one, I feel like you actually, like, get to see the sky. You're up in the air a lot more. Look at that Shy Guy having dinner. Okay, please tell me we get close to the Ferris wheel. I would very much like that. Oh my god, are we going towards those water spouts? Those colorful water spouts? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yes! Oh, cool. A different starting point for a lap. This is cool. I like this section as well. Oh, we're getting kind of close to the Ferris wheel. Not close enough, but close nonetheless. Look at those golden boobies over there. Alright, I mean, the ending to that was maybe not super exciting, but that's like a strong, like, 4 out of 5. Very close to 5 out of 5. I feel like if the final lap was like a little bit stronger, I feel like this track starts out. So this is the disappointing aspect about maybe changing the laps up, though. Like, you kind of started out this with a, like, out of the gate, like, pulling out all your stops. It kind of kept it going through lap 2. Lap 3 is kind of a drop-off. It doesn't quite land as much. I think it's cool that lap 3 starts at a completely different location. And you're going, like, all across, like, those, like, winding bridge things. Like, I think that's cool. But besides that, like, again, the aesthetic was great. The music was a lot of fun. I'm a sucker for color. Give me a colorful stage, and you're gonna have my heart. I have a tiny brain, so if you make me happy with a lot of color, you're gonna get a high score from me. So I like this. I like this track a lot. I think it overall was super good. I kind of want to give it a 5 out of 5, but it's like. No, I'll be harsh. Because I'll say 4 out of 5, but that's not harsh. That's to say this is a great freaking track. I guess the only thing is just like Yoshi's Island to me was just so incredible because of all the references and everything, and that track makes me want and wish for a Super Smash Bros. Type Mario Kart. I am all for the idea of having a bunch of Nintendo IP or IP of other games even come together for a Mario Kart made by the Mario Kart team, because I just think that works. I think that would be a lot of fun. Especially because, like, for me, I look at the last 2 games, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8, and don't get me wrong, I think both games are great. But every Mario Kart game is great. But Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 are particularly on the higher end of the series. I just found that the original tracks for a lot of those courses, throughout a lot of those games, to not be that amazing. And I just feel like if you want to try to lean into more like here, let's go back in. Let's go to yeah, we can just dive in. We're not playing again, so this is just for example purposes. So, like, okay, like, I look at this slate, right? This, like, okay, so specifically, wait, keep on screwing up. Okay, so specifically these 4, or these 16, and I look at these 16, and, like, I know people like Mount Wario and Electrodome, and Sunshine Airport. Like, this particular cup is probably, like, the strongest of the bunch. Cloud Top Cruise has great music, for sure. I feel like this is a weaker Bowser Castle, a weaker Rainbow Road, mostly because it's been a lot of the same ideas regurgitated again. For these, Rainbow Roads are maybe different because of the spaceship, but, like, even then, it's not an exciting Rainbow Road to me. Bow Dry Dunes just is bleak and just a bad course, in my opinion. I just don't enjoy it all that much. And yeah, I just look at a lot of these and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, Shy Guy Falls, also, I'll give credit to. I do like Sweet Sweet Canyon in its aesthetic, but none of these courses, to me, even the ones I would give higher compliments to, are in the top tier for me of what Mario Kart is. And we are used to getting at least a lot of those top tier courses, which is why when they added DLC, I felt like some of the strongest courses that they added were Animal Crossing and Hyrule Circuit and the F-Zero courses, right? Like, I feel like those were the strongest ones. And then also, like, the remakes of the courses are great. Excite by Arenas also, I mean, it's a bit boring, but like, it's still at least different, you know. It's a different aesthetic. You're leaning into a game series that people did enjoy. I don't even know if there was more than one Excite by game. There might have been two. I forget. But Dragon Driftway is also a great original course. Super Battle Subway is a great original track. Wild Woods is great. Like, there's like, I feel like once they got to the DLC in the Wii U version, and then this, of course, then jumping in and adding the tour gate tracks, and then having like things like Merry Mountain and Sky High Sunday. Sky High Sunday's not. I love the aesthetic. It's not a great track. But Ninja Hideaway is a fucking banger. Like, so they definitely got better after the fact, and I just feel like it would be nice if we got if they are running out of ideas for fun original courses, why not just lead into taking from other franchises that you could absolutely use? Like, every single popular franchise that Nintendo has, you absolutely can make one track of. Like, imagine a Pokemon course. Like, that would be incredible. That would be insane. Like, what? Like, could be like the classic route that you would go down, and then you'd run into, like, you drive through a gym or something. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something there that they could do. Like, I'm surprised with the fact that they added Splatoon characters. I know they added the Splatoon battle course, but what if you did a Splatoon racetrack? Like, there's something that could be super exciting about that too. I don't know. It's just an idea, just something that I want to throw out there as for like the future. So where are we at in terms of, I should be wrapping this up soon. But we have looks like five characters that are going to be added over the course of the next 2 waves, which is interesting to me. One thing I want to speculate on a bit is, so notably, we have the Feather Cup and the Acorn Cup, and the Cherry Cup, and the Spiny Cup, but specifically the Feather Cup and the Acorn Cup. So Feather, to me, the Feather first originated in Super Mario Bros. Super Mario World, right? That's when the Feather first showed up, because that gives you the cape. So I feel like, if we're going off of the fact that they had the Fruit Cup here, that makes me think that you're gonna get, like, the fruit reminds us of Yoshi and how he ate the fruit during Super Mario World. So then I wonder if the Feather Cup or the Acorn Cup would relate to characters that have been in those games. Like, Acorn would reference the new Super Mario Bros. Games. So you could get, like, a Nabbit here, or you could get any of, like, the enemies from those games, right? I mean, there's not, like, a whole lot of new ones or iconic ones necessarily. I feel like Nabbit would be the one that you add, right? And then the Feather Cup, if you're gonna go back into the Super Mario World bag, I don't know. Who have we not gone in, like, yet? Because you know who else is missing, and I know Kelsey would be excited for this one, would be Monty Mole. That would be a fun one to include, right? Like, that would be a. This is all speculation, of course, by the way. I'm just this is just me trying to pull for references. There's also the Cherry Cup, the cherries that you would collect in Super Mario 3D World. I wonder if that's gonna be like Pom Pom and the original guy. I forget what his name is. I'm surprised I know Pom Pom, but I forget the name of the. Is it Bam Bam or something? I don't know. So you could get those kind of characters, or you could just go back into the history of Mario Kart and pick out Diddy Kong and Funky Kong, which are again two of like the more popular roster people, right? If I'm gonna do a quick look up here, I mean I go to the Wii because the Wii I think had like the strongest original roster. Oh yeah, fuck! Like Bowser Jr. is not even on this roster. Like, all right, like I mean I know I'm sick and tired of the Koopalings, but at least put Bowser Jr. in there. That's some disrespect to him. That they decided like, hey, we're not gonna include you for some fucking weird reason. They do have Dry Bones. They do have Dry Bowser as well. It would be funny if they did add Wiggler as a character, because then I would want to see Wiggler drive the Wiggler mobile. That'd be weird. Would they bring back Honey Queen from Mario Kart 7? That'd be fun. I know people are like simp for Double Dash so hard. I wonder if there's like outside Diddy Kong, right? Like Diddy Kong was partnered with Donkey Kong. I wonder if there's any other characters. Oh, like Paratrooper. Oh shit, Petey Piranha. God damn it, they need to put Petey Piranha in. I love Petey Piranha. I forgot that they were in Double Dash. Yeah, no, put Petey Piranha in. Yeah. Cool. That's it. So I don't have any firm predictions for what the future holds for Mario Kart tracks. I do know that there has been leaks. There's been people going through the codes and seeing that there might be some tracks brought forward and stuff. Yeah, we'll see. 16 more tracks. But I think at this point, they have a lot of my favorites already in this game, and I am sure when it's all said and done, I'm going to be completely satisfied with what this game has, especially the fact that they're adding more characters. I think is just going to make this more fun, more exciting. I love everything they're doing with Mario Kart 8 right now. I'm so excited for the future. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for listening to me ramble and talk about the new Mario Kart tracks. Also, should I rate like the fact that Birdo's? I just give Birdo a 5 out of 5. You know, I love that Birdo's in the game. Is she gonna be my main? Probably not. I probably will rely on Shy Guy, because Shy Guy is just my dude. But beyond that, I love, again. To me, it's not so much about like having more characters to choose from. It's more of having more characters on the track, more diverse array of characters on the track, and adding more characters is only going to be a good thing. So there you go, good stuff. All right, I'm nearing 50 minutes here. Thank you guys so much for taking your time and watching this video. If you liked it, like the button, subscribe to get more content from me, mostly streaming VODs, but the occasional video like this. Hit the bell to get notified when I upload. It's mostly weekdays at 9 a.m., but still, it would be nice to get notified. And of course, follow me on Twitter at FluffyCloudGamer. Follow me on Twitch, also FluffyCloudGamer there. All that jazz. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and let me know what you guys think about the DLC, about this game, and all that jazz. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.